So far, guys, give me a compelling reason. Someone give me a die-hard compelling reason. Something so compelling, I'll just come back to you, that you cannot imagine. Rita, do you have a compelling reason?
Hi, Deepak here.
Hi Deepak. Hi Deepak.
Guys, wakey, wakey. Hi, Deepak. He's dressed well as well. Nice suit.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, I always dreamt very big and big. And as I go to that level, like now, when I came to India from Bahrain, I was earning a very good, handsome amount. But I never wanted to make my livelihood on a working class, as a working class. And I was doing nothing and I was getting so much money with my salary, but I was not happy at all. So I left everything, came back in I Love India or whatever, and started the business here. And when I planned my business, I have that plan if anybody wants to see, and one has to imagine and dream it. So I have imagined that I will have a business of 1,000 crore. And entire plan is there, which year, what will happen and all. Of course, it went on well for a few years, and then as down and up and all that. But in nutshell, that what I imagine is I'm sleeping or relaxing in Las Vegas or whatever the best places in the world. And I have seen offices in 5 countries already, that I should have the offices in that continents accordingly. And because my clients are already big, though there is no business for everybody now, but when I ask them to treat here, they don't have time, I don't have time. But I would take them for a holiday in Switzerland, and I will take them in my private jet and give that delight, and they can take a week definitely off. And this is my plan, and I will have an octagonal villa, which I had in Bahrain from company, where only thing is there were only 2 cars, 2 Camrys, but I will have in every octagon of one part, 1 different car for every day. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let me give you some bad news, okay? Because I'm the bearer of bad news. I'm the bearer of good news. Check this out. Most millionaires, I'm talking about old money. You know what I mean by old money? New money is people who just made money now. Old money is when it comes through generations. So most people that have old money, their kids did not realize that their parents were millionaires until the parents died. Which means what? They lived a very
Simple life.
normal life. In fact, studies have shown that most millionaires never change their cars for at least 15 years. Most millionaires will never ever give money to their children unless they're dying. And most millionaires will give their money to their children in an inheritance only when the children reach the age of 40, not before. Most millionaires live in the best house in the middle class neighborhood. They never go and live in the richest places, generally speaking I'm talking. Most millionaires will never buy a brand new car. Ever, ever, ever. They buy second hand, always, because they get depreciation of 25% on a new car. Most millionaire wives never ever buy clothing unless it's a sale. Most millionaire wives cut coupons in newspapers to save money. Most millionaire husbands became rich because of their wives. Fact. And the reason why they gave it, they said that wife told us that we support you, and that is the reason why we became wealthy. Most women millionaires became rich regardless of whether their husband told them or not, they did it. It's a fact. What I'm trying to say to you is that you'd be surprised that the rich actually have very normal habits. You come and live with me, I have a very simple life. I've got a lovely house in Mumbai as well. I have a decent car. I don't have a brand new car. My car's a couple of years old. 3 years old, I think. I never ever buy new cars. I never buy my clothing unless it's in sales. Because I get a nice suit at 60% off. Why would I go and spend £1,000 on a suit? I won't do it. So my point is, I'm frugal. And rich people are frugal. The richer they are, the less money they spend. It's the truth. I've seen with my own eyes. I know a guy who's a billionaire, and I swear by God I'm not lying to you. I was sitting in the house doing some coaching with him, and the vegetable vendor came, and the wife was arguing about 200 rupees, and they make 10,000 crores a year. Is that bad? No. It's cool. They have value. Or she's very bored and she didn't have anything else to do. I don't know the reason. But the point I'm trying to say to you is that you don't have to go out there and wear the Rolexes and say, I know a friend that when he meets you, hey, how are you doing? No, he'll show and he'll take his jacket off in slow motion so you can see the brand. People like that, they will never be rich. Never be rich. So I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our chances, let's play some bets. If somebody was to come up to you and put a bet on you to become wealthy, would you bet on yourself? As it stands right now, let's look at the truth. You know that when you're born, a birth certificate is given, obviously. What is it called? A certificate of registration. That's what it's called, right? It's like registering a company. Your birth is an independent company. That company, called Arfeen Khan, or your name, as you grow older and older and older, creates a net value. If I was to come up to you today and say, tell me your forecast for the future, and you said, well, I don't really know, because I've never made one, would you invest in you? I would invest in me. I swear by God I would. Only God can stop me. No one else. Because I've decided. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. You come here, you spend maybe 3 hours with me, or 2 hours, and some of you are going to leave this room and go, oh, that was really good. Some of you are going to say, what an asshole. What he did all day today was slap us around. Some of you are going to go home and tell your wives and husbands, we need to do something with our life. And 2 days later, you'll completely forget and get back into the wake up in the morning, have your breakfast, have your tea, put the newspaper, go to work, sit down, do your work, tea break, come back to work, lunch break, come back to work, tea break, go home, sit in your chair, put the TV on, watch the same shows again, eat the same food, go home, repeat again. 10 years go by, then you realize, oh shit, my kids have grown up, we have to pay for school. You knew that 15 years ago. It's not a surprise. Oh, we're getting old, better save money. You knew that 65 years ago. Not a surprise. So what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, don't walk away without becoming wealthy. Get yourself a coach. How many of you have a coach? A coach meaning a wealth coach, someone who coaches you about wealth. How many of you have a coach? How many of you have a doctor? How many of you have a doctor? So you all have doctors, but you don't have coaches. Interesting. How many of you have a financial planner? How many of you don't have a financial planner? So that means you plan not to ever make any money. Let's look at the truth. I had a financial planner when I was 15. Because my dad forced me to get one. With the pocket money. So I'm saying to you, you don't have a financial planner. You don't have a coach. How many of you have a weekly mastermind where you hang out with wealth-driven people every week for a get-together? I'm not talking about BNI. Oh, that's a lead generation club. That's a good one, but that's lead generation. That's different. I'm talking about inner world mastermind group. How many of you have that? What is it called? Where do you hang out? Nice. Anyone else? Mastermind? Anyone have a mastermind that you go to every week? Where do you go? Lovely. Very good. Anyone else? Where do you go?
We have one coach who comes once a month and
Okay.
we discuss it.
So once a month is too less.
Too less. Okay.
It's just not good. It's got to be once a week, and maybe twice at least a week. So you don't have a coach, you don't have a financial planner. How many of you can send me a document right now by email, as we're sitting here, that gives me your complete 1-year outcomes plan of what you're going to do this year for financial freedom in detail? How many of you can do that right now? Raise your hand. I'll give you my email address, send it to me right now. Ready? Absolutely ready right now. So send it to Arfeen Khan at arfeenkhan.com. This second. Like right now. You as well. So one person. Okay, out of the whole group. How many of you are aware of how you can measure how toxic the people are around your circle? How many of you are aware how to measure it? How many of you have no idea how to measure it? Okay. And how many of you finally have a blueprint to work on your character so that you can refine it? The word character comes from the Latin word chisel. In order to chisel out your personality. So how many of you have a character blueprint so that you are going to plan over the next 12 months to refine who you are as a person? Can you email that to me now? Do you have it on paper? On paper? How many of you have it on paper? You're confused, yes? Yes? On paper? So email me, arfeenkhan at arfeenkhan.com. Do it now. Like this second. You have it right now, right? So send. The point I'm trying to say to you is that most people don't have it. How on God's earth are you going to become wealthy? You need all of this stuff.